We are the YWCA of Greater Austin.
We stand for you.
To support you.
Today, every day.
There's a long and proud history of the YWCA of over 100 years.
When we started out, we were serving the women who were enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin, which were primarily women of means.
And it was rare to have young women attend the university. And we're talking the turn of the 20th century.
The legacy of the YWCA is an organization that was built off of the women's rights suffrage movement. It's been at the forefront of every civil rights issue in our community.
As time went on during the 1960s and the civil rights movement, the YWCA started to look around and see different kinds of injustice happening.
It comes as a big surprise to most folks that the YWCA has always been about the elimination of racism.
The YWCA is working in social and racial justice. The mission of the YWCA is to eliminate racism, empower women. Those 4 words represent everything the YWCA stands for.
The mission of the YWCA Greater Austin is reflected in all of the work that we do.
As you stand up in times of challenge, we are here for you, to connect with you.
We address crisis by supporting you so you can address the challenges of your world.
So when you think about YWCA's mission of eliminating racism and empowering women, that's huge. That's a huge mission. And we see that play out differently at every single YWCA across the country. Our focus here in Austin is the intersection of mental health and social justice.
Having a cost-effective or free resource in therapy is a pretty rare and splendid thing to help the entire community.
The YWCA of Greater Austin has an incredibly robust mental health program.
YWCA of Greater Austin provides training and continuing education for mental health providers throughout Greater Austin. Our cultural relational model of care has made us a go-to resource for therapists and practitioners throughout Central Texas. Together,
Standing tall,
Joyfully,
dignified, we support you consistently. The YWCA of Greater Austin supports the community to be empowered, to find dignity, to express freedom, to find liberation. The way that we do that is through helping someone deal with their trauma and helping them heal.
My passions are around working with individuals in marginalized communities and widening access to services and providing decolonized services in general.
I mean, my passion has always been children and families in general and how they relate to the communities that they live in.
The type of population I would like to work with would definitely be Black and brown people, kind of getting to the root of the lack of basic needs that Black and brown people have access to.
We do that through our Counseling Referral Center, which deals with mental health. So we look at counseling through a cultural relational model. That cultural relational model has a lot to do with working with people, one, where they're at, but two, also understanding people's culture, understanding maybe language barriers, and working at that place. We want to support everybody wherever they're at, wherever we need to meet them at, and having these difficult conversations. Not only embracing the joy of being resilient, but also dealing with the difficulty and the challenging aspects of being resilient. Some of the conversations we have a lot to do with gender issues. They have a lot to do with racism issues. And the intersection of that is important because we all live at intersections. There are privilege points in those intersections. There's marginalized points in those intersections. And I think it's important that we have them because we all want to be able to understand each other from those perspectives. That's actually a way that we move forward. Social justice and mental health have a lot to do with understanding the complexity of historical trauma and the current trauma that exists now. And when you understand those two things and you're dealing with your mental health, it brings up a possible new way of looking at the world. It helps ignite imagination. It helps ignite joy. It helps ignite your empowerment, your dignity. And moving forward in the world, you can move free in the world authentically and genuinely. And that is the goal.
Carry on with us. Carry on with us.
Carry on with us.
Carry on with us.